Hello, thanks for joining me. I wanted to share a little getaway I took to my parents' cabin in northern Wisconsin. I did a little video a few months back here in the fall time, but I thought it would be nice to show now with some snow. I hope you enjoy. The weather was pretty decent this weekend. It was just a bit under 30 degrees. There wasn't a ton of sun, but since the temperatures weren't so low, it felt pretty good for this time of year. It had been fairly cold in the past few weeks, which meant that there was enough ice out on the lakes to go ice fishing. My dad, brother, and nephews spend a lot of their free time in the winter ice fishing. They take it really seriously and seem to have every gadget imaginable. I didn't even know half of this stuff existed. They had about 10 inches of ice on this day, and usually you need about 4 inches to walk on it safely, roughly 8 inches if you want to ride a four-wheeler or snowmobile on it, and then about 12 inches if you're going to drive a car on it. Back at the cabin, my nephew gave me a ride on his snowmobile. It's not really made for two, but he promised he'd go slow. Luckily, I survived. And of course, we had to do some sledding. There's a nice slope on the driveway, and it was completely covered in ice, so it made a great hill. My mom started a fire outside to keep warm, and she used their homemade fire starters. They just pour melted wax into paper egg cartons filled with sawdust. Then you just break off a little bit of the carton each time you want to start a fire. They work great. Even though I didn't have the right shoes on, I followed my nephew into the woods to watch him chop down some trees for firewood. He's been obsessed with cutting trees ever since he was little, and he actually used to ask for a chainsaw for his birthday when he was tiny. He's finally old enough now to handle one, and it seems he has perfected the skill. He's quite the lumberjack. These boot warmers are very handy in winter. They dry out any moisture in your shoes and keep them nice and toasty for the next wear. My niece and I played a few games of Treble, and then my mom also made a big batch of jalapeno popper dip. It's a mix of cream cheese and mayo, along with shredded Colby Jack and Parmesan cheese with green chilies and jalapenos, and then you bake it with some more Parmesan and panko breadcrumbs on top. And then my nephew also made the best kitty cocktails. I like his the most because he never skimps on the cherries. We had a steak dinner, and the rest of my family had some shrimp as well, and then we followed it up with my aunt's peanut butter pie. Finally, we relaxed by watching some Home Alone 3 before heading to bed as it started to snow out. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it so much, and I hope to see you soon in another video. Please subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more. Thanks!